Hello there, Libra, and welcome to your reading. Thanks for stopping by today and spending some time here with me. If you like what you see, please click on the thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button to make sure notifications are turned on. Okay, Libra, today's reading is about clarifying your perspective and or attitude about love, what it means to you, and what to do with your understanding with it. Whether you're single or involved with one or more people, you should be able to get some useful information out of this. Think of this reading as a check-in with yourself so you can A, know if you're ready to start looking for love, or B, are ready to deepen or release any relationships or involvements that you're currently in, or C, simply confirm you're currently happy where you stand and no changes are needed. All right, Spirit. What does Libra want out of love? This could be for yourself, what you want out of a relationship, what you want in a lover or companion, significant other. But what does Libra want, Spirit, and out of love? Wisdom. And flexibility. Okay. Libra, you want somebody who has lived and learned and loved and has wisdom now to share. But you need this person to have enough maturity as well to be flexible. And I believe, or I feel that you feel that you're flexible, and maybe somewhat more recently or after a last relationship that you have had, you realized that flexibility is important. And that's something that you want in another person in your relationship, whether a current one or if you're single, your next one. I think you have had many, maybe not many, but you've had enough relationships that you have gained enough knowledge that you have wisdom as well. And that's why you seek it out and need it from a partner as well. But let's move on. Let's see. Let's find out what you've learned about love. Spirit, tell me about what Libra has learned from love. About themselves, about relationships, a past issue that's been resolved. What has Libra learned about love? Spirit. Emotional freedom. And love. Okay. I feel like in past relationships you haven't felt emotionally free. You haven't felt like you were able to express and feel safe, but you have learned that real love, true love, you should be able to express and not have to worry about someone rejecting you, someone abandoning you, someone leaving you, someone, and not even just, not just physically, but sometimes you're in a relationship and something happens and the person kind of leaves emotionally, leaves the relationship, in their minds, they're with you physically, but you get that feeling like you aren't connected anymore. And you've learned from prior relationships that isn't what love really is, and you now know, and that's where this wisdom comes from, that yes, two people are together or more, some people are more, but when people come together, there's still freedom. I think you have an understanding of codependency. You may have been in relationships where that was a thing where you didn't have the emotional freedom to just express how you felt about something because you were worried that if you said the wrong thing or felt the wrong way that this person would abandon you, or that kind of thing. And I think you've just gotten to a point forget it. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth getting involved with someone if you can't just be yourself and be able to emote freely, to express freely, and you understand that real love accepts this and doesn't shun emotions, that, how do I say, that love isn't based on societal ideas or what you're supposed to do or be or say, or you've learned freedom. You've learned flexibility. You are flexible. You need somebody who's just as flexible. You want love in its pure, real form, right? It's not the love of, not conditional love. You're looking for unconditional love with emotional freedom, and you've learned that that's exactly what you want. Let's find out what you've yet to learn. Spirit, tell me about what Libra has yet to learn about themselves, about relationships. So this, you can think of this Libra as kind of what to focus on. What does Libra need to focus on, Spirit? Or what haven't they learned yet about love? Okay, we have Earth. And it says, the frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. Okay. And transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Okay. So what I get from a sense of this with transition and haven't learned yet, I feel like maybe there's an ex you haven't fully let go of, or a certain circumstance that you haven't been able to fully integrate and turn into wisdom. It's on, instead of, this is the Earth card, and this card talks about the ethereal spiritual aspects of our nature. This transition needs to happen, like you've transitioned, I think, physically, like you have this whoever this person is that you learned all of these lessons of love from. They've moved on, you've moved on, but it's like there's something inside that you're still holding on to, or wished you had, or wished you'd done different. Some kind of maybe remorse or regret about something that had happened, or you wish you could have gone, wish it could have gone another way, whatever the situation was. But you're learning how to transition. I feel like you're in between what these cards are saying, whether you're single or you're involved. It's like you're still like in between this fully, maybe if you're in a relationship, maybe you haven't fully put yourself into this current relationship because you're still on some level in your spiritual body or your emotional body dealing with something left over from a prior relationship. You've come so far as to have the emotional freedom and you understand what love is, but there is still some aspect, maybe it's mental, not emotional, spiritual aspect that you're not fully able to let go of. There's something out of your understanding or out of your grasp or out of your perception that it like picks at you or eats at you, but you can't put your finger on it. You can't sit down and go, okay, this is the thing that is bothering me. It's like it's so like, it's like a cloud that you can't touch, that you can't grab. Your hand just kind of goes through it. So there's still some work in that regard. I would suggest just being aware of your behaviors, of how you feel about certain things. Like if you are in a relationship, what this current person does or says and maybe triggers something that you remember, maybe that can kind of give you a window into what is kind of like just out of your perception, just out of your reach, just out of your grasp of really holding on to something. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm trying to deal with, and being able to just set it down and move on. But let's find out, and I think this is going to go right into this. These cards, we're going to find out what your biggest hang-up is, or your false belief about love, Libra. And I think this is going to lead right into that. So, Spirit, what is Libra's biggest hang-up, or illusion, or something that they can't get over or understand, or what's holding them back from this transition, full transition? Oh. Okay. I guess those are the cards. We have love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Okay. And actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Okay. So I feel like you have expressed through actions, right? I think that's a main way that you actually express your love. But I feel like whether it's your current partner or your last partner, they aren't getting it. There's a frustration here for you because you've expressed and expressed and expressed, and it's like they don't understand, they don't get it. And if you know anything about love languages, maybe look at that, because maybe your love language is so different from the past person or your current person that you guys are crossing wires, aren't really like able to like come together and know that if this person does or says this, that's their way of showing love, and if you do or say something, that's your way of showing love, and they're not like fully getting it. They're just like, oh, that's nice. Or reverse, somebody does something or says something to you and you're like, oh, that's nice, and it's not. There's some kind of miscommunication or misfire between you and another, and that baffles your mind. Like, why isn't this working? And I think it's happened enough that you have come to a point at some time where you kind of lost faith in love, yet you've learned that love is a real thing. So it's interesting that we have here transition, and I felt like there was an emotional attachment, but you've learned emotional freedom. Over here, there's a sense of you've given up on love, but yet you've learned what love really is, or at least closer to what love was really about versus what you thought before this relationship, what you thought love meant or was, or anything like that. So there's a little bit of a contradiction going on here, but I think you understand what I'm talking about, because maybe that's part of the transition. It's like you understand emotional freedom, you understand love, you have maybe on a mental level, but transitioning that into your emotional, your belief system, your emotional body, your spiritual body of these things, maybe that's what's that's what you're trying to, that's what this transition is about. So mentally, logically, rationally, reasonably, you understand emotional freedom and love, but it's not fully integrated into your all your bodies, all your mental, emotional, spiritual type of bodies or planes or energetic field, or however you want to describe or look at this. And with the actions speak loudly, maybe do some research on some love languages, but there's no reason for you to necessarily change. It's just about understanding the languages that are out there that different people express and different people receive. So Maybe just kind of look that up, get to know what your expression is, get to know what you like, and then you can discuss that with, if you have a current partner, you can be like, okay, well, I express love this way. I think that you express love this way. Am I right? Maybe they can talk about, you know, like it opens the door for communication and better understanding, and of course more love. So I can't see that hurting at all if you go that route and try that. Okay. All right, so let's find out how you feel about this current connection, or if one that is coming up. How do you feel in it? Spirit, what does Libra feel about a current or coming up connection? Well, there's one. All right, so let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Okay. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah. That's what I was talking about, is opening that door for a conversation. And the spiritual, this makes sense to me too. The religious factors, there's a spirit, like I said, there's this transition, this going from not believing in love and knowing and understanding what love is, and believing that you can have the love that you want, and you can not only express the way you want to and be understood, but also get the love that you want and it be expressed in the way that you get to feel loved. I hope that makes sense to you. And talk to your friends, the people who are close to you. Let them know. Listen to what their ideas are. They may have something that you haven't ever thought of, as far as transition or spirituality or even flexibility or what love means, you know, that kind of thing. So the heart-to-heart conversations can be about with your friends and or with a significant other. But just understand that your spiritual path or your religious background plays a role in what your beliefs are about love too. So there's maybe worthy of kind of exploring that even more. All right. All right, so let's get some final advice or message from Spirit for Libra. What last message do you have for Libra, Spirit? Well, I didn't mean to drop that one, but that's one. Okay. We'll use it. So that's the artwork. There we go. And it says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Okay? And then one more. That's the picture of that one. It says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Yeah, that's beautiful. So much healing can happen. You've already done some of the healing for yourself, but now you can integrate more healing with your partner or significant other, and with the relationship itself. That's part of that transition too, I believe. And getting to know better some of your spiritual beliefs and ideas, or how they're changing, and how you express, how you receive love, all of that. Okay, Libra, I believe that's all the messages I have for you. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And may the cosmos bless you with love and light. Namaste.